This is the largest Tibetan Buddhist monastery I've ever seen in Beijing, known as the Dragon's subterranean residence, which is the Yonghe Palace. It is the place where countless women want to marry in, so the folk in the capital have a saying, a male Yonghe and female Hongguo. It was built in the Qing dynasty, only 7 years ago. It was once the bedchamber of Emperor Tenji's fourth prince, and then Qianlong succeeded to the throne and transformed the place where he was born into a temple to wave the frontier, taking the name Yonghe Palace. Since then, it has become an important center of Tibetan Buddhism in Beijing for the whole country, and is often visited by devotees and senior monks from all over the world. It faces north and south, adjacent to the Second Ring Road, and with its unique architectural style and exquisite decoration, it is the largest surviving ancient architectural complex in downtown Beijing. It covers an area of 54 hectares and has a construction area of 86 hectares. The Yanggang shows the typical features of Tibetan architecture. The top is covered with yellow glazed tiles, the walls are red, and the gilding is magnificent. The halls, pavilions and corridors as well as the inscriptions inside the temple have been carefully carved to present an exquisite decorative style. Stepping into the Yonghe Palace, the first thing that comes into view is the West Pagoda, through which you can see the East Pagoda. To the north is the majestic gate, and to the south is the stately shadow wall. Purchase a ticket through the gate and look at the north side, but the pagoda looks very spectacular. When you go forward along the carriage road, you can see the Xiaotai Gate. This is the first gateway to the Yonghe Palace, and 2 mighty stone lions stand guard in front of the gate. The right side of the door is the Aya Warehouse, which has an important position in Tibetan Buddhism. It is a religious warehouse, storing a large number of Buddhist classics, Buddha statues, and Dharma tools. In the middle of the gate is Shenlu Street, which serves as one of the main streets of Yanggang, and next to it is the Dharma Circulation Office. Through the Xiaotai Gate, on both sides are the bell and drum towers, and symmetrically with the bell and drum towers are the east and west steel pavilions. Directly opposite is the Yangmen Hall, which houses 3 golden statues of Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri, and Puxi. As the second gateway to the Yonghe Palace, the plaque above the hall reads Yangmen Hall, with a dignified handwriting. From the right side of Yangmen Hall, you can enter the next courtyard, and on the right side is the Tantric Hall, which is located to the right of Yangmen Hall. The Tantric Hall, also known as the Tantric Mansang Palace, is dedicated to Tantric Buddhist rituals and practices, and the murals and carvings inside the hall also depict Tantric Buddhist stories and teachings and are full of mystical atmosphere. Immediately to the right of the Tantric Hall is the Medicine Buddha Hall, dedicated to Medicine Buddha. On the left side is the Hall of Dharma Doctrine, which is famous for its 500 Lohan mountains made of rosewood and 5 kinds of metal. To the left of the Hall of Dharma Doctrine is the Hall of Sutra, dedicated to Shakyamuni Buddha. In the center of the courtyard stands the 4-body monument pavilion, above which is the famous bronze Sumeru mountain and below which is the bronze censer about 3 meters high. About 2.2 meters high, bronze Sumeru mountain is a mountain inhabited by noblemen and described as a world of beauty and abundance, which, together with the other 6 surrounding mountains, called the 7 treasures, forms the structure of the world in the Buddhist cosmology. Behind the bronze Sumeru mountain is the Yanggang Hall, which houses statues of Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri, and Puxia. Walk north to the Yangyu Hall, a building originally used by the emperor to handle daily government affairs, but later became a hall dedicated to the 500 Lohans, and cross the Yangyu Hall to reach the next courtyard. Here, on the east side is the east supporting Hall Panchen building, which was once the place where Panchen Lama lived and studied in Beijing during the Qing dynasty. In the middle is the Hall of the Dharma Wheel, and on the top of the Hall of the Hair Wheel, there is a special treasure roof, which is 8 meters high and made of brass, and is very spectacular. On the west side is the west supporting hall with the preceptor building, and this building is the place for monks to practice abstinence and is also used to hold abstinence ceremonies for the monks. On the right-hand side is the Zeobo building, which is dedicated to the Sindian, meter-high cloud dragon Buddha niche, and on the left-hand side is the Yemenda Kalu, which is mainly dedicated to the Vajradhara Bodhisattva of Tantric Buddhism, with the image of 9 heads, 34 arms, and 6 feet. The founder of the Gelugpa school, Tsongkhapa. On the front is the Manbalt, which houses the 20-meter-tall white sandalwood Mila Buddha, the world's tallest, and on both sides are the Yangkong Pavilion and Suicheng Hall, both of which are 2-story buildings that incorporate the characteristics of Han and Tibetan pavilions. Walking past Yangkong Pavilion, you will come to the last courtyard of Yanggang. On the front is Suicheng Hall, which is dedicated to various Buddhist statues and shows the peak of Buddhist art. On both sides are the east and west Shenzhen buildings, where puja events are often held. Yanggang is not only a monastery, but also a treasure of the Chinese nation. Its grand architectural scale, rich Buddhist culture, and exquisite artistic decoration together show the charm of ancient Chinese architecture, culture, and religion. Walking through the halls of Yanghe, feeling the tranquility and mystery of this ancient temple, it is as if you can travel back in time and space to that distant era, listening to the sound of the monks chanting sutras inside the temple and feeling the solemn atmosphere. The Buddha statues in each hall are the works of the master carvers, which are vivid and different in appearance. Here, we can feel the ancient artisans' reverence for faith and their dedication to art. And in every corner of the temple, the ancient walls, stone carvings and frescoes are silent history tellers, passing on to the world 1,000 years of Buddhist culture. As a historical temple, Yanghe attracts thousands of visitors and devotees to pay homage. It has witnessed the prosperity and splendor of ancient China, and is also a symbol of the Chinese religious culture.